a lot of respect to Luke and the job that he's done building that program to be as good as they are. I don't know how many people know about his history, how long he's been here at Charleston, but it was not easy for him in the beginning. I know that there were some real major challenges that he was questioning whether that was the right move or not, but he stuck with it, and he's built that program to be really, really good. The unfortunate thing, when they went out to California, I was really interested in seeing how they were going to do against some of those teams that we faced, and unfortunately they just had some major injuries to the wrong guys. But they came back, and obviously they showed that they have what it takes to beat a good team in Princeton. And, they ran up against us tonight, and we executed a game plan that I thought was spot on, and my guys played really, really well. We sat it out really well in each set. We missed 8 serves in game 1, but only missed 7 for the rest of the match. And we had 5 aces, so that's pretty good. Hitting 435 as a team is nice. Omar hitting 324, Bolz hitting 667, and Colin Heath hitting 429. Those are numbers that if you're telling me before a match starts that my 3 pins are going to hit that well, I tell you that I like our chances. But could not be more proud of my team, more proud of the seniors. They came in this year and they had one goal in mind, and that was to come to the EIVAs and win a championship and leave their legacy. And they took one step closer to that legacy today. It was not an easy match, but I liked how our guys played, and we get another chance to play again on Saturday, and that's what we look forward to. So.
You had mentioned the your service issues in the first set. I get. I don't know which part to focus on first, but how frustrating was that? Obviously, you guys dialed back the serves for a while, and then what made you get them to crank it up again? And then,
well, we had a game plan of who we were going to serve, and I thought when we got it on them, I thought it was pretty good, but we got a little bit tentative, and I think we focused more on trying to put it on that guy rather than just giving it a good rip and putting it in the court with some authority. Some of us started to guide it a little bit more than maybe they should have, but for us, it's just a matter of going up and just feeling good about the process and giving the ball a toss, and if it's good, we give it a rip, and if it's not, our 80% serve is pretty good. We don't have to hit it 100 miles an hour or 0. So we settled down. When we got that set, we in between the games, I sat him down and I said, hey, we missed a lot of serves, but we still won. And that shows a lot of heart, and it shows a lot about what the rest of the game that we're doing. And, we talk about 3 things. It's side out, create, and convert. And I thought tonight we did a really nice job of all 3. So.
For you guys, well, Omar, when your serve is on, obviously that's a big part of your game. So how frustrating was that early on, and how hard was it to block that part out and focus on the other things that were working?
Yeah, I think obviously service is what starts the rally, and at first I think we were just trying to get used to it, okay, we gotta serve this guy, but kind of told the guys, like, towards the second set, all we gotta do is just put the ball in, let our defense do the job, let our block do the job, let them make mistakes. Sometimes we try and force a little too much, just put the ball over, the rest will come, and I think as a team we figured that out towards the second set. We were able to just get a few rallies going, and then obviously, Luke had 2 aces in a row towards the end of the game, so I think that helped us out a lot. I think bringing the confidence and service towards the final is going to be really important, because whichever team we face, we're going to have to serve tough and get aces and hopefully not miss as much serves as we did today.
Charleston obviously had a big emotional win yesterday. Were you guys kind of wondering if they're going to be the same kind of team and continuing to ride that emotional wave, and were you concerned about that?
I'd say we knew that they were coming in with a lot of fire. They had a big win. They had a big celebration. For them, I believe it was their first conference win in program history, so we knew that they were going to be carrying that in. But we also knew that our game is good enough. There's a reason that we're the 2 seed, and there's a reason why we're going to play this game, and we're going to play it our way. And once we did that and kind of settled into that, we knew that we could take care of business, and we did.
How about for you? How hard was it to kind of come up with a game plan for a team that was playing like that yesterday, and especially when Delancey was jumping to the ceiling?
I'll be honest with you. I put together the scouting reports. I'd like to think that, my years of experience allow me to focus in the right spots for us to be able to execute. Occasionally they change a couple of things here and there, but, for the most part, our guys have followed the game plan all year long. And, when there was something that went a little bit of awry, we would talk about it. We'd maybe make an adjustment. But really, the matches that we lost this year have nothing to do with the game plan, and it's just about us as individuals and a team just failing to execute the way that we should. And when we do play, we've had some matches this year where we played really well stat-wise, but maybe our energy level is a little bit flat. Other matches we played where the energy level, the heart is just absolutely to the pinnacle, but our numbers aren't so well. And when we can combine the two together, I thought tonight was a good example of that. We beat a lot of people. It's the same team that beat the number 3 Irvine team in the beginning of the year. It's the same team that beat Northridge, who was number 14 at the time. It's the same team that beat Princeton when they were number 15 at the time. We're a good team, and these guys have been working together for a long time together. So, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yesterday, kind of the theme in all these press conferences was because of all the rematches, trying. You don't want a team to win all 3 matches. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. So there's the potential for the rematch for you guys from last weekend if the seeds hold for the match coming up. How anxious are you guys for that opportunity to facing Penn State again, possibly, and going with that theme of hard to beat a team 3 times?
Yeah, we're excited. We lost to them twice last week, but we showed a lot of fight, we showed a lot of heart, and there were some things I really think we needed to clean up. We kind of got some swagger back here with a nice win, and we feel confident going into that game. We knew that this was the matchup that was going to happen. We're expecting to see Penn State, but we want to take it to them, and we have confidence going into that.
Yeah, we want Penn State, and I think everyone wants to see that too. 1 versus a 2 seed, it's gonna be a juggernaut, 5-setter probably. It's gonna come down to the wire. So I believe as a team, whoever we face, opponent, whoever it is, we're gonna go out there and just execute. I think that's the way we're gonna win a championship this year.
Okay.
How were you guys able to match the energy of Charleston throughout all 3 sets?
We weren't matching their energy. What I talked about before the match started was they're going to come out and beat their chests. They're going to thump it a little bit, and they're going to draw through the net. Their coach, is nothing short of a little bit of a spark plug himself, and I love that about him. I know Luke pretty well, and I respect what he does as a coach, and his players reflect that. But I told my guys when they chirp through the net, let our game be the response. And I think you noticed pretty quickly, especially when that second game got about maybe halfway through, they got real quiet real fast. And, for my guys, there were a couple of starts, a couple of stoppages that, could have easily lowered the level of our intensity. But, I just said, hey, when the whistle blows, we flip that switch back on and we get back after it and we don't let up. And I thought we took a lot of wind out of their sails in that second set, and I think it led into the third.
In the second set, you guys are up 2-0, and there's that really long rally. How does a point like that help you guys in the second set?
First of all, as a player, I'm sure when you get gassed, right? We do drills like this in the beginning of the year because we want to kind of see what we're made of, and as the year goes on, your conditioning gets pretty good. So most longer rallies are 2 or 3, maybe 4 transition plays. That was what, like 8 or 9 or 10? Like, it was a lot. And you could see we were tired, they were tired, and when you come out of it and you get the point, it's just that little added jolt of like, yeah, we worked together to get this point. And those are fun. Those are a lot of fun to be a part of. I know the fans enjoy it. Obviously the players enjoy it. And when you're on the other side of that, coming back from that could be a little bit of a challenge. But, Charleston never gave up. The third set they came out, they kept fighting, they kept grinding. We just took it to them later on in the game and just stayed steady. And I thought that they had a couple of points that maybe they'd like back, and that's the difference right there.
then there were multiple instances where you guys putting their body on the line to try to save a ball. What can you say about the effort from you guys?
So, you know, we talk about in our gym when a ball flies off and nobody goes for it. You know, that sends a message to your own teammates that you're not worth me going after a ball for. That tone is set pretty early in the year, and the young guys learn pretty quickly. Yeah, that might be way out of range, but I'm never gonna get the respect of my teammates if I don't go for that ball. And when you do get those points, occasionally you pick one of those up. Occasionally you just free ball it back over, and you get that rally and you get that point. It sends a message to the other team: you've got to be better. Right? It's like I tell them all the time, when you watch tennis and you see that one guy on the other side who's just hammering overheads, sideline to sideline to sideline, and the guy on the other side is just scrapping to get that ball back up. And then all of a sudden it makes that guy on the other side go, I got to hit it a little sharper, I got to hit it a little harder, I got to hit a little better, and that's when the errors start to happen. And luckily in our game, we get to have somebody there blocking against them. So, you know, it's not something that we train. It's more or less inherent of George Mason itself. That's kind of that's part of our charm, I guess, if you will.
But does it worry you when Paul goes leaping over the bench to go for one?
No.
He'll be all right. He's tough.
You know, there's that could have been a highlight reel. You know, that could have been on ESPN tonight. If you would have got that ball up and he would have made a save. I mean, there's been lots of instances over the years where ESPN picks up one of those things, you know, and nowadays with the social media, I'm sure somebody would have got that on film, and you know, you never know. He could have been on SportsCenter, but no, it doesn't. I always try to do a good job of knowing when it's good and when it can be played or when it's not, and I try to say, hey, you got room, or hey, you don't got room. Let's move on to the next point. And Paul went for it. Good for him. You know, again, send a message to the other team. I'm going to get one of those one of these times. So,
Thank you, gentlemen.
thank you.